Routing is an important part of networking. The role of the router is to direct messages through the network, choosing the best path for a message to take to get from point A to point B. In this simulated network, every link or line that you see represents a separate subnet. So from PCA to PCB and all the way over to the edge router, there are 13 links or 13 separate subnets. The routers shown in the yellow box area are using a dynamic routing protocol called OSPF. Using OSPF, the routers are able to talk to each other and share routing information. If a network goes down, like the network between core 2 and router 1, notice the red lights, the routers will inform each other and remove that route from their routing tables. Now, notice how the packet travels and takes a different path, avoiding the downed link. The advantage of a dynamic routing protocol like OSPF or EIGRP is that routing tables are dynamically updated. The routers that are outside of the yellow box are using static routes. H building and J building both have a default route because they're connected to stub networks. A stub network is a network that only has one way out of the network. Look what happens when the network where PCA is all of a sudden goes down. Since the H building router is using a static default route, it's not able to inform router 2 that the network is down. And router 2 is not able to dynamically update the rest of the routers in the dynamic routing protocol area. The result is that when the packet comes back from the ISP, the routers, not knowing that the network is down, route the message all the way through the network, and it goes all the way to the H building before it is stopped. To solve this situation, a network administrator has to manually configure router 2 and remove the static route. I'll go into the command line interface and remove the static route. Now, with the static route removed from router 2 will inform the other routers in the dynamic routing protocol area, and they will remove the route from their routing tables also. Notice how this time, when the packet comes from the ISP network, it is stopped at router 1 because router 1 has removed that route from its routing table. Static routes are useful in small networks, but in a larger network, a dynamic routing protocol like OSPF or EIGRP is often needed.